What's cracking, YouTube? I don't know if you guys seen the thumbnail on this. I give you a little teaser of the super dump. Oh, give you a little teaser of it. So far, they've only got the blue fenders done. The orange didn't get brought in. They were supposed to get it Monday, but it never showed up. So they what's it called? They overnighted it, right? But UPS isn't guaranteeing that it's gonna show up today or whatever. So we don't know what the word is yet on the orange. It's nowhere to be found. Right? It's supposed to be coming from California. It hasn't showed up yet. So they got the blue fenders done. So I put the thumbnail of this video as a little teaser. Show you guys what color it is. Man, it looks freaking sweet. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this dump truck, man. Can't wait. So right now I'm not really doing nothing right now. I'm just chilling on the job site. We got done hauling all of our sand. We got a big pile of sand they're using for pipe bedding. We hauled it from the other site to this site, and that was basically 4 days worth of hauling. It's a big pile. Actually, you know what? I could show you guys from here. So I don't know if you guys can see that big pile. Hauled all that in. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm trying not to cover up the mic. Sometimes when I put the phone in there, it covers the mic up. Anyways, we hauled in all of that. What's up, Ryan? I don't really know how much there is. You can't hear me? Oh, you can. Oh, good. Good. I hauled in 19 loads today. But let's see. 29, 30, 19. Yeah, Joey, you got the blue wrench. I don't know if you noticed that. What's up, Besson? How do you pronounce that? Besson or Besson? Which one? The first one or the second one? No, I'm not in the super dump. I'm in the old dump truck still. Beeson, okay. I'm not in the new dump truck yet. It's still getting wrapped. We're waiting for the orange to show up. Yeah, Red One Ton. You've been around long enough to get a blue wrench. It's just kind of a pain to do the blue wrench thing because I have to go back into a live stream and then I have to find you in the chat and then I have to click on you and then add you as a moderator. I can't just add you as a moderator while I'm doing the live stream on my phone, which is kind of stupid. Like, it wouldn't be any harder for me to just click on you during the live stream and add you as a moderator. I gotta go back and then do it. The blue wrench is like you're a moderator. The way we see it is basically you've been around the channel enough, you've been on the live streams enough, and you're not an idiot. You're not posting stupid stuff, you know, or spam or something like that. So that's what the blue wrench is, basically. What's up, Christian? See, these guys, yeah, the real OG peeps. That's the way to look at it, Red One Ton. I got to keep an eye on them because I've been sitting here for about 45 minutes just waiting. I think they broke a pipe or something. Something didn't go together right, so they were trying to fix it. So I got sand in the back. Yeah, thanks, Beeson. I mean, I think I've done amazing. You already have a blue wrench, Cameron. It's right next to your name, dude. Yeah. Dude, this Peterbilt is gonna be so freaking... Okay, they want me to back up. Let's turn this bad boy on. Okay, you guys get to see me dump in this thing. Dumping on pipes, you want to dump it slow. Okay. I have to catch up on the comments when I get loaded over on the other side. But, yeah, so we were hauling tons and tons of dirt. I mean, 30 loads a day, basically, for the whole week. I mean, that pile is massive. And it's kind of sand, you know? So they saved it, I guess, just for this specific purpose. This guy rode up on me like, you know, it's a woman. Like, the dump truck pulls out in front of you, right? Because there's plenty of room, and then what do? You hit the gas. Ah, damn it, I was supposed to pull in. I forgot I was supposed to pull in. I backed into this site so many flipping times. I forgot I was supposed to pull in. That's alright. That's alright. Just gotta watch where I'm going. Don't want to run any stakes over, you know what I mean? Definitely don't want to be doing that. Yeah. Got to ask what I was getting. Getting sand. Right there. There we go. That'll work out good. Okay, let me catch up on these comments. You guys are going crazy over here. He's still learning how to operate. Okay, let me catch the bunnies. Dang, that's hardly a sound with how easy that thing starts. Yeah, dude, this thing starts really good. Like, I don't know why it starts so fast, but it really does. When it's warm. When it's cold, it does not like starting. Trust me on that one. There's a lot of dump truck competitors in your area. Yeah, there's, you know, it kind of depends. How many, I mean, there's tons of dump trucks, right? But the amount of companies, I would say there's probably about 30 independent guys with just one truck. And then once you get to, once you start talking about like 2, 3, 4 truck fleets, the number goes down significantly. Big time. It goes down to, you know, I probably only know like 3 or 4, 2 or 3 truck fleets. I know like 1 or 2 like they have like 6 to 10 trucks. And then there's like 3 or 4 companies, probably 5 or 6, that have hundreds of trucks. There's probably more than that. I just don't really know them. Hopefully I was supposed to get sand. He didn't tell me what he wanted. He just was like, yeah, go, you know. I want to hear that truck scream. Missed that shit. We're in a really snug neighborhood. So I gotta be very attentive on where I'm driving. Yeah, perfect. Did it just right. I pulled up just right so I could pull around and miss that road closed sign and then go right in between. They got a compactor on this side and a backhoe on this side. And then they got a sweeper also on this side. And the funniest thing in the world, I've never seen this done, but the guy is using the hoe pack to pull the sand around. Kind of funny. Just wait. Is he gonna want gravel on the next one? You're not sure? One up, probably. I don't know if it's this load or the next one. Let's catch up on these comments. Can I have a blue wrench? Yeah, I think you've been around long enough. 1984 Chevy. What's up, Blake? The Peterbilt was straight piped at one point, and then I put a muffler on it because I got kicked off of a job site. And I don't want to be losing work because my truck's that loud. And it really was deafening. brake can fixed? No. I ordered them. It was $100, $150 for 2 of them. I wonder if he wants me to pull forward. He's kind of blocking. I don't want him swinging and hitting me. I'm going to pull forward just a smidge. That way if he swings, he's not going to hit me. Let's just wait. Okay. Running quality pair of locking pliers. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they're sweet, man. They got, what it is, it's kind of like a needle nose, right? And it's kind of beveled. And then at the very end is where it has the ridges for gripping stuff. But the whole, about a section this big is just flat. And it's not completely flat, it's a little round, right? So it pinches the hose perfectly. Yeah, see, good thing I backed up a smidge. Gave him a little bit more room to work with without running into me. See, those are the things you gotta watch. You know, when you're doing the on-site stuff, kind of like this, you want to be watching them 100% of the time, so you're not getting distracted. They don't like the guys that get distracted all the time, where they're trying to yell at you to get your attention, you know. Unless you've been sitting there for 2 hours, then that's okay, you know. You got that right, Carson. We sat in the front of the truck. Self-propelled sprayer. You've been turning wrenches on a self-propelled sprayer. What's a spray? Is it a crap spreader, or is it like a, you know, chemicals, or what is it? Fertilizer, or what does it spray? Yeah, this job site, this is a busy job site, man. They got everything going on here. Let me just show you. There we go. Sorry, guys. Okay. Catch up on these comments real quick. My dad just had a 2000 Dodge Ram 3500 dually with a Cummins. It's set. I gotta scoot it over more. Now I'm getting the gravel next time. Got to get some 5/8 minus now. They got a small pile of it over there. Last time the guy said he wanted me to back in for that, I think. I think that's what he said. He wanted me to do back in curve or something. These job sites, man, they're always changing. everything looks like. The back end on this one. Pretty sure he wanted me to back in. Slow down and stop so I can. Are you retarded? Are you retarded, lady? Like I turned on my four-way flashers. You're still right up on me like that. Looking at me all pissed. Like it's my fault that she had to back up. Turn my four-way flashers on half a mile early. Don't want to run into manholes. Yeah. Oh, okay. He wants me up there. Okay. See, this is it's so hard for somebody to explain it to you. I thought he wanted me down there. Below the 5/8. That's what it sounded like the first time. Okay, I see what you're doing now. He wants me to cut it. Quite far enough, I don't think. That's a pain, man. That is just, they dump that in the worst location possible. But he's happy with it. Okay, he's happy. Okay. Hydraulic line bust, chemicals and nitrogen for corn ground. Damn. Yeah, catch you in the next one. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the internet kind of sucks out here, man. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You know? Not much I can do about it. You know, just trying to show you guys what it's like on the job site, you know? Gonna do one more. One more, and then we'll get over there. See, I think it would have been easier if I was down on that other side, and then he could just load me up right on the side a lot easier. The Super Dump has its own Wi-Fi. You can get it for it. You can get internet for it. You can get it. Like, I turned on the Wi-Fi or the hotspot from my phone, and I was on the internet on my Super Dump. It was so cool. I gotta make sure. Okay. Let's see if we can get out of here now. I don't want to go too far. Okay. Yeah, Blake, I'm back too. The internet stopped glitching on me. can't read the comments until I get parked in. There's just too much going on right here. Okay, we gotta wait for this car. Let's see. What do we got? My dump truck doesn't have your pickup does. Yeah, having Wi-Fi in a dump truck is kind of cool. Gotta get back to servicing junk boxes. Keep it real. See you on the next one. Yeah, I'll catch you on the next one, Red 1 ton. Yeah, things are crazy around here, man. Did you guys see the thumbnail? What do you guys think of that blue color? That blue color is sweet, I think. I'm gonna be super happy with it, I think. What do you guys think? Do you guys see the thumbnail? What's your thoughts on that color? That's what I want to know. Let's see, I don't know if I got it this time. Did I get it? Yeah, not quite. You gotta pull forward a little bit on this one. The city guy parked back there. Now there's one more thing I gotta worry about hitting. They love doing that to you. Just park everywhere. It is in the worst situation. Okay. Gonna scrape the road. They probably gotta clean it up or something. Let's catch up on these comments. So what do you guys think of the blue? Let me catch up. The blue is legit. You know what I think about the blue. Sorry about that. Hail. I haven't seen it. Where is it? It's on the thumbnail of the video. What's up, Brad? Power steering's nice, ain't it? Yes, it is, Bill. Power steering is a blessing. I can't wait for the Super Dumb. See how the Super Dumb power steering is when it's loaded. Yeah, dude, that blue is just... It is on point. It's like almost the same exact blue as the wrench. The blue wrenches. Okay, he's hopping in the backhoe right now to scrape the road, it looks like. Or do something. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. I'm looking in that mirror right there. See, on the backhoe. Bahama blue. You need to put a small blue wrench on it somewhere. See, that's what I gotta watch all day long. Look at these mirrors. See what they're doing, you know? It is starting to rain. Man, it's coming down. So they did a retention pond. You can see the retention pond right back there behind the mirror. I helped them build the road going down to the retention pond out of the 4x8 spalls. You can see a... do they got the pile over there? You can't see it. There's a big pile over there somewhere alongside that fence over there. Where they scraped them up and piled them there. But they used it as a... Whoa, what's this county guy doing? He ain't getting out. trying to get out? Or is he just moving? What is he doing? You're back. Yeah. I think the county guy might be trying to get out. He can't get out yet. I'm in the way. And I'm not moving until somebody tells me to. Am I low on air? No, the stupid air buzzer in this thing, sometimes it's on, sometimes it isn't. It's janky. It's screwed up. I can shut that off if it's bothering you. There. There we go. Shut that off. That way you guys aren't hearing that buzzer. Yeah, that's one of the down... Ooh, it's starting to come down now. Getting harder to see out of those mirrors. You guys see it coming down? How many of you guys got trucks with air windshield wipers? Dude, it is coming down. It's raining cats and dogs right now. What kind of Dodge is it? Chevy C30? Scraping the road first. I've got an older 95 International with air wipers. Yeah, you know the struggle then. One's going faster than the other one. That kills my OCD, man. It kills me. Like, I just leave one off, because if they were going at different speeds, that would drive me nuts. So I just only turn one on. Okay, we gotta back up. Forgot to pull the fuel out, so I didn't start that time. Dirt. He wants dirt. Get some more dirt. This time I'm gonna pull in instead of backing in. It's hard to remember that stuff sometimes, man. You go into a job site 20 times the same way, and then they ask you to do something different and you space, man. It's tough, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just forget. Your brain's on autopilot. Okay. Then I gotta come back Monday. Foreman always seems kind of grumpy on this job site. I've noticed. I wonder why he's so grumpy. can't be that grumpy all the time. That's not me. Of course, maybe when I get more drivers, I will be. I hope not. Holy smokes. A little bouncy right there. Brad, yeah, that's funny. I got cut off earlier today, so I'm taking a load of millings home to sell. Damn, you know you're in a relic when you have a lap belt. Yep. Need to get that Jake working again. I know. It bums me out so much that it doesn't. It kind of cuts on and off. It's just so annoying. Anybody know the going price for a load of gravel? Where are you located? Over here, it's like, for a load of rock, I typically charge my neighbors and people close to me about 350 bucks for a load. If they're further out, then 400. If it's just one load, you know. If they're getting multiple loads, then I'll charge them the cost of the material plus 120 an hour. Blake, that's funny. This truck don't even have cruise control to be broken. Okay, maybe it does. It's got the throttle right down here. Throttle tension. It's got a throttle tensioner. I guess that would be the same as what do you call it? Holy shit. That's not what I wanted. That was more money than I thought it was going to be right there. She started to slide instead of turning. I had to block her in. That was crazy. Has that ever happened to you guys? You're driving and all of a sudden you stop turning but the wheels crank and you're just going straight. You're like, oh no, come on, pull out of it. That's insane right there. That's nuts. I know some of you guys have felt that before. When you're going around a corner in like some dirt and then all of a sudden you're going straight instead of turning, where the back tires are just pushing you. Let's wait for this guy to come out. Yeah, trust me, I am too, man. Oh man, everybody starts coming. We're going so short, I'm not even using the drop axle. We're really... Neither one works, Blake? Oh, man. Oh, come on, lady. What the hell you doing? She's pulling into this road, and then all of a sudden she gets halfway and it just stops. I was about ready to go in after. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, let's focus this time. Maybe I can make it this time without. You gotta get the right curve to the turn. You don't want to cut it too sharp because then. Oh yeah, make it that time. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's what I like to see right there. I wonder how long they're gonna need me for this on-site stuff. Probably not much longer, because pretty soon they'll be able to use their off-road dump truck. Then they'll cut me loose. Probably. Guessing. I hope they don't. No, just more sand? Okay. 2 more? Okay. I'd rather be getting the sand than the 5/8 minus. He called it bedrock, and I was like, what bedrock? There's no bedrock over here. We're using sand. Yeah, things are going good, Wayne. What do you think of the color? Somebody's waving at me. See that? Everybody loves this dump truck, man. The sound is so unique. You know? Man, see, this would be so much easier if he just cleared a little spot right over there. I could just pull right over there and then just do a big loop. Instead, we got this kind of a crapshoot. This time we're going to go a little bit slower over here, because last time there were some major bumps. Oh yeah, major bumps. Have to back up this time. This time I'm not going to try and pull forward. I'm not going to get in that mud again. That ain't happening. Too slick. Okay, let me catch up on these. You guys are talking about something. What'd you buy? You found an old Mack semi with a 6-cylinder gas engine and a twin sticks. Dang, man! You're never going to be able to get parts for that thing. What year is that thing? I hate when I get that push in a corner. It's a bit sketchy. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Makes your hair stand up a little bit. It's the blowgun to keep the wife away. I did not get it. It was for sale on Jungle Truck. It was a single axle set. Yeah, twin stick would be pretty cool, you know? Yeah, we're gonna back up this time. I ain't doing that again. I ain't doing that again. Just that little bit of rain, man, it really softened it up over here, because they were dumping mud right there, right next to it. Good through the speakers, but let me tell you what, it sounds real good in person. Like every single job site I have ever gone to, somebody has always said something about the sound of the truck, like what motor's in that thing, or man, you got a custom exhaust on that, or you know, every single time everybody's always like, man, I love the sound of that truck. It's because it's unique. No, there's like no other Detroits in Washington. Like they're all gone, or they don't work, or you know, this really is the last of the Detroits in Washington, at least the western side. I don't know about the eastern side. Magic again. I think I might not have gotten it. Might have went too far. Oh, did we get it? Yeah, we got her. Oh, I love it. I don't like having to pull forward if I don't have to, you know what I mean? I know you guys are probably the same way. A lot of operators don't like the dump truckers. Like they think of us as a necessary evil. Not ready for me yet. Just want to be over here. Getting ready. They got to pull this trench box out. I don't know if they're gonna have me put some dirt in there first before they pull the trench box out or not. Catch up on you guys. Boss is picking up a new 7 axle dump truck at a new W900 truck next week. I gotta go. See you next time. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Beeson Farms. Beeson Farms. Yeah, Blake. Necessary. We are essential. And, you know, the way I look at it is, you know, dump trucks are the biggest expense on a job site, I think. I'm not sure. I think they're the biggest expense on the job site. Like, the cost of a job site, the most expensive part of it is trucking, I think, right? How does it not? I got it on like a phone holder that's suction cupped, kind of like this one right here. Woo-hoo! That's close to the edge. Very close to the edge. So I'm dumping it inside the trench box. Right? So I gotta dump it real slow. All the way up, okay. One more of those. And then we'll get the 5/8 again, probably after that. I'm guessing. I mean, to me, it would make sense to just do all the sand first and then do the 5/8. That way there isn't a little bit stuck in the box, you know, mingling the products, you know. Makes it easier, you know. Just do all of one thing first and then do the other stuff. Yeah, at least he's smoothing something out over there. Nice. At least he's trying to smooth it out. That thing don't work too good for smoothing out. Not great. Right here is the part that needs to be smoothed out. You guys can see how bouncy it is by watching this cord right here from my CV. You want to know how bouncy it is, that's the best way to see how bouncy it is. Yeah, it's dancing, man. They had us hauling stone in a mud out today. It sucks, but it pays the bills. I never got a lightweight on the super dump yet, Blake. Think I ought to get them a 6-speed just in case. Yeah, I like manual transmissions. But I will say, Blake's onto something. The new dump truck transmissions that are automatics, they've come a long way. I'm not an automatic fan. Like the ones that still have the clutch, I'm not a fan of those. But like the true auto, like the Allison, they're onto something. Anybody that says they ain't onto something, they're crazy. Or they've never driven one. They are so nice, man. How do they do in the mud? I can't read the comment yet. I haven't stopped. I gotta leave it here. The Allisons are so nice. Them suckers move out, and I never get stuck in the mud where the other guys do. I believe it, Blake, because the Kenworth that I drove with the torque converter, dude, like you just barely press the accelerator pedal and it just creeps. I mean, it just creeps, like, you know. And the guy at the dealership, he told me, he's like, and just so you know, there isn't any heat buildup at all, like, you know, in the creeping mode. You know, there's no heat buildup, he said, you know, so I don't know, man. The next dump truck I get's definitely gonna have an auto. If I get this angle just right again. This truck has power steering, but let me tell you what, guys, it's an old setup. Power steering on this thing is not the best, I will say that a million times. Yeah, buddy, hit it just right. Love it. This time I'm going to try and get back in that back corner. I got to kind of follow the curve. I don't want to rub my tires up against that curb. I'll just wait right here until he says something. He's compacting the sand right now. I gotta fix my dang backup beeper. Stop working. Half? Okay. They only wanted half the load, so I had to watch 100. What you're looking for, you want to watch underneath where the tailgate is. You watch it from your mirror. If if your mirror's angled just right, you can see where the tailgate is, and you can see the stuff coming out. So just make sure you don't just go all the way up, go gangbusters and then dump everything out, and then they have to load it back in you. They'd be pissed because they don't have a bucket on that machine right now, it's just a vibrator. So now I gotta back in to dump this and then get the 5/8 minus. Everybody and their brother is parked right up here too. So frustrating. They almost should have a flagger for this particular intersection part. He's gonna stop blowing. Up the water truck. It just rained. Like, we don't really need the water truck, do we? I think they might be using it for testing the pipes that they just put in, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, it's not really. He doesn't know I still got. One second. I gotta dump. He was getting ready to load me. I'm like, whoa, I gotta dump this first. You would not have been happy if you would have put that on top of the sand. Not have been happy. That worked better. He finally beeped at me, so I knew when I was supposed to stop. Okay. So, Blake, I forgot to ask you, what about your tax stuff? Did you get that in yet? I was hauling a job overloaded, and 3 of the 4 trucks got stuck, dumped. I was 4th truck. I waiting till they got pulled out and backed right through it. Wow. I was supposed to get a call or check before 5 today. Hear about the truck. Still no word yet. 5/8, hurry back. Yeah. Fed comes back down pretty fast. Is that normal? I kind of slammed it down when I had to wait on, because I didn't want all of it to come out, right? They didn't ask for it. Wait, they didn't ask for your tax stuff? That is so funny. That is so funny. You could have bought the other truck then. They didn't ask for it. That's insane, man. That is so funny. See, they asked for my tax stuff. They asked for my tax stuff. So freaking frustrating, man. Yeah, you could have got that white one that you were looking at. Yeah, we can make this. Okay. Man, that's lame, Blake. But did you get it? Did the guy send it to you? Oh, well, it's got the productivity motor. What do you mean by that? It's got the bigger motor in it? Or what? Or is it the economical one? Bigger horsepower, there you go. That's what you really wanted anyways. That's what drivers always want. You know, even if they don't know what they're doing, they're like, I want the horsepower. You know, they always want the ones with like 1,000 horsepower, 800 horsepower. I'm sorry, man. It'll be nice on the hills. Yeah, it will. Just gotta make sure your driver isn't one of those guys like me with the lead foot, you know? Or that, you know, he doesn't get any tickets. I never got any tickets, you know? But I drive differently in my semi-truck than I do in my personal rig, I'll say that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are the same way. You know, work is work, and I'm good. Okay, sweet. I haven't been keeping track of pinging. See, that's the other thing. Sometimes they want you to keep track of this stuff. It's like, what the hell do I need to keep track of this for? It's all on-site stuff. So at the end of the day, I'll have to make up a whole bunch of information. I'll just get a good guess. More 5/8 after this one? Okay. No? That's it? Okay. Alright. 2 o'clock. 7 hours. And then Mark said something about being back Monday to haul the sod or something. Something. Yeah. Thank you, sir. You have a good one. That's it, boys. 7 hours today. Man, I was hoping built for the 8 and skate. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Still, 7 hours is an amazing day. I love, personally, I mean, I really like making the money, but yeah, better than 4. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's only better than 4 if you're getting paid for 6. When you work 4 and you get paid for 6, that's definitely better. I like to get paid for 6 and only work for 2. That's my favorite right there. You know, or 1 or 2, you know. If I'm only there for 1 load, I kind of feel sad. Like, man, I'm really cleaning these guys out. You know? But that's the cost, man. That's the cost. You know, and that keeps this business afloat and doing well. Wait, Blake, you guys only do a 4-hour minimum? Oh, stop your Sunday driver. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really a union guy. That's why you got the millings. Guaranteed 8. See, I like that, man. I love when they guarantee you a certain amount of work. I love it when they do that. I love that. Yeah, can you hear him? Can you hear that? I should probably put my lap belt on. Okay, let's get this lap belt on. There we go. Now we're safe. 100% safe. Tighten that thing up. You think that one's bad? That's the driver's side. Let me shut that off. And now listen to the passenger side one. It's horrible, man. And then I turn them both on, and they're both going like this. That's nuts. Pedals for directions? No. Nope, no directions. I'm like really surprised this doesn't have the 2-stick in it. You know, because it's got the Detroit, it's got the air wipers. You know, having a twin stick would just be, you know, that's where you would think it would be, you know. Damn, how could you keep the air up on them? Yeah, they really don't use a whole lot of air. They sound like they do, but they don't really use it. Like when you're driving, it doesn't really use up any air. You never see the air go down at all. What's the story on my air leak? It's not an air leak. It's the windshield wipers. Cameron, I have air windshield wipers. Unless you're talking about the air leak with my brake can that I got. That's still, but it's not leaking now because I got a pair of pliers pinching the hose off. But it would be if I didn't. that Jake brake, will ya? Yeah, I know. I really need to fix it. Where's the air starter? Yeah, no. It ain't that old. Thank goodness, too, because I never would have bought it if it was. I wouldn't even know what an air starter is. And what happens if you have an air leak so massive that you don't have enough air to even start the thing? This thing is just a beast to start it when it's cold. In a cold morning, an air starter would not work on this. That setup would not work. It would not work. Yeah. Yeah, the brake can, it's still leaking. Except for I got the hose pinched off. Heading home. Yeah, parked by a compressor. Yeah, I don't, like, they'd have to have one everywhere I go, though. But, you know, when I first bought this truck, dude, I never told anybody this, I don't think. But when I first bought this truck, the air leaks were so bad. They were so bad on this truck when I first bought it. When I had it revved up to like 1,500, 1,200 PSI, I could barely keep the PSI above 90. When I drove it home, like, at every single stoplight, I had to rev up the engine to keep the air pressure up, or else the brakes would have set, you know, the parking brake. That's how bad the air leaked. Like, I wish I would have documented that stuff and showed you guys, you know, but I was like, man, if I tell people about this, they're gonna think I'm the stupidest guy in the world buying this. Oh, man. It was so bad, guys. The air leak in the dash, it was so bad. Like, literally, driving down the road, barely, it's like 70 PSI, 60 PSI. And at the stoplights, I'd be sitting there with one foot on the brake and one foot on the gas. You burn a lot more fuel like that when you have air leaks like that. Burn a lot more fuel. Would I ever consider selling this truck? Nah, I don't think I could, Cameron. I just don't think I could. I mean, they say everything is for sale, you know. I don't know if I could though, man. I guess if somebody walked up to me and was like, okay, Brian, it would probably have to be more than 50,000. And I know the truck ain't worth that, but it would probably have to be more than 50 for me to sell this. Just because I put in so much time with this thing, and it literally started my business. It literally, this machine right here has made my dreams come true, you know? And I can't see myself selling it. I can see myself parking it at the entrance of my driveway and having a box up and flowers coming out of the bed before I sell it, you know what I mean? Or turning it into a monster truck. That'd be super cool, you know? But for me to sell this, somebody would have to come up and say, hey man, I got, and it would have to be kind of like they couldn't call me and be like, hey man, would you take 60,000 for it? They'd actually have to just show up at my door. And it would have to be one of those days where I was sick and tired of the thing, you know, because something else broke, you know, or it hadn't made any money in a long time, and they're like, okay, here's $60,000, Brian, take it or leave it. I might be tempted if that was the case. You know, something like that. Laugh my butt off. You sound like Felicia with my red truck. I'm just like, give me 25 and it's yours. Make it a show truck. I could do that, but I mean, it's so far from a show truck. Like, if you've seen it in person, you would know. Like, I mean, it could be one of those trucks that you make it look nice on the outside and then just drive it to like a parade every once in a while, you know? But don't let anybody look at it under a microscope, because there's just so much that is just like, you know, like, what the heck? You know? Like, let me just throw out an example. Like my radiator. If you pop the hood open and look at the radiator, there are some rivets that hold the top chrome piece on of the grill. They had rubbed onto the radiator and almost wore holes through the radiator, right? Because all the bushings for the hood are just completely gone, basically. And somebody took, what's it called? JB weld. They took JB weld and pasted it on there, and then they put quarters in the JB weld. Let me catch that, Cameron. You never filmed the video of changing the fuel filters if you're not filmed one. Yes, Blake. Like, here's another thing. Like, so that's one of the crazy things, right, about this truck. Another thing, like, here's something that I did, right? So, in the summertime, this truck has so much hot air coming off of the motor into the cab. It is insane. Insane. It is just crazy how much hot air is coming into the cab from the motor. So what I did was try to figure out where it was. You know, I put my hand down here and I'm kind of feeling, you know, where's the hot air coming from? And the clutch pedal, right, there's a hole in the floor about this big where the clutch pedal goes through the floor, right? It's about that big. And the clutch pedal rubs against this aluminum and it sounds horrible. You guys hear it every once in a while. It's this scream noise. I put WD-40 on it every once in a while. Or some grease. But what I did was I pulled up the floor mat and I cut a piece of leather, right? A piece of leather, and I cut a little hole in it and folded it around the clutch pedal, and I got it just right, and I screwed it into the floor, so now the heat doesn't come in as much. But you know, it's just those little crazy things, you know, that you guys probably don't catch in the video because you're not like, let's see what's all effed up with Brian's truck, you know. Like some of the other owner-operators, they caught some stuff, you know, like Jabel's like, man, how come your speedometer doesn't work yet, you know, or your tach, you know, you're making so much money, how come you don't fix that, you know? I don't really need the speedometer or the tachometer to drive. I've been driving without a speedometer in like 99% of my vehicles for the past 6 years. So I've just learned to drive without a speedometer. I know some of you guys are probably like, what the? We've never heard this side of Brian. He's an outlaw. Uh-oh, we got a lady Swift truck driver right next to me. She's eating chips. Get away from her. I can't read that. You guys are bouncing too much and the writing's too small. Yeah, right, Blake? I did, man. I hammered down, man. They got their trucks governed, so I can pass them easy. This truck, when it's on flat ground, it'll be 700, you know, or 3,000 or whatever it is. Yeah, it's lagging a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. Not much I can do. I'm driving home, so, you know, the internet kind of sucks when I'm driving. Yeah, she's driving a Swift truck. Yeah, I know it. That part of Nisqually is very bouncy. They really need to work on that road right back there. It's getting bad. Frames? What do you mean frames? What's the frames? What's that all about? You're bouncing, not us. Yeah. Yeah, this truck is bouncy, man. So one of the reasons why I would consider selling this thing is because it just beats me up, man. Yeah, you can change your frame rate too on your YouTube. A lot of people don't know that. Like the quality of the video. A lot of times I have mine set for the worst quality so it doesn't get all glitchy. But then you can't see everything as clear, you know, it's not like crystal clear, you know. Right? Yes, Blake. People don't understand it. They're like, well, why don't you put a driver in this thing? I'm like, dude, nobody can handle this truck. It's mounted straight to the frame. And the front leaf spring pack is like a foot thick. Cameron, I don't think so. It might have bigger injectors in it than normal. I don't know though. Truck station, way station's closed. But I do know this truck was custom made for Woodworth. And Woodworth, here's another reason why I don't want to sell this truck. So Woodworth was a massive company here in Washington, and then they sold out to Miles Sand and Gravel. Miles Sand and Gravel is the biggest company in Washington State that I'm pretty sure they're the biggest. They've got hundreds of trucks, hundreds, maybe thousands. I don't even know. They got so many trucks it's not even really worth counting. They got plants everywhere. They got batch plants, asphalt plants, rock quarries, mining. You know, they got everything done. They do everything. So maybe one day, you know, they'll reach out to me and be like, hey, we want to buy that truck from you, Brian. That's part of our heritage. You know, we want to have that in our truck museum. And I'm like, okay, well, if I can name my price, then we'll start talking. You know what I mean? But I'd be like, you have to keep it orange and blue though, with my name on it. You know? Ever left me stranded? That's a good question. I would say no. I did break down I broke down one time, and that was because a fuel filter had a pinhole in it, and it was sucking in air into the system, and it kept dying. But my buddy Robert, I even did a live stream about this. So if you go back, you can see the live stream about the first time I broke down on the road. We had it fixed and back running in like an hour, you know, or something like that. It wasn't that long. The only time that it really broke was my fault when I was in a rock quarry. I was pulling out of this real steep hole and I grabbed too many gears and I couldn't downshift fast enough, and so I had to stop in the middle of the hill. And you guys probably won't understand this, but like with the cat, you can just put it in low and just let up on the clutch and it has the power to just roll out of it, right? Not a Detroit. It doesn't have the power that a cat does on the low end side. So I was kind of trying to rev it up a little bit while I was letting the clutch out, because if I just let the clutch out slow, it would just kill the motor. So I should have done the smart thing and backed down the hill and then just went at it again, you know. But I was like, this truck can do it, you know, and I revved it up just a little too much, and I snapped 3 U-joints at once and twisted the yoke a little bit. It wasn't really twisted, but it was stretched. So the driveline guy was like, you need to replace that just in case, you know. So I did. I just replaced it. Cheaper to replace that than have, you know, something breaks down the line and really mess something up. So that was the only time that I actually had to leave my truck somewhere because I couldn't bring it home, was the time I snapped 3 U-joints on that hill. And then the rock quarry, they were like, don't even worry about it, Brian, just leave it there until you get it fixed. And because I know the owner, we go to church together, so it worked out nice. It worked out nice. Yeah, those are the only 2 times I've ever really had any problems with the truck. Well, okay, there was another time. The Ram, the box wouldn't go up all the way. And this was when I first started, though. When I really first started, I gotta plug this battery in, or this charger in. Hold on a second, I'll get to the story. So when I first started, like 3 months in or whatever, when I still had the straight pipe, the box was going up very slow, and I'd have to rev the piss out of it to get it to go up. And I thought it was just normal, you know. But what had happened was the cable that goes from the lever to the valve, you know, the hydraulic valve that allows the fluid to pump the ram up, it had stretched out, or, you know, the linkage was getting worse, right? It was getting more sloppy, and it wasn't going all the way into the detent where it goes up, right? So it's allowing fluid to bypass. But that was at the very end of the day that it finally said, I can't lift this load, get an excavator over here to dump it out. And then that was the same day that they said, well, we can't have you back on the job because your exhaust pipes are too loud, you know. But I have a feeling it was more because the detent, but that's what the reasoning was they gave me. But that's alright. I've been back to work for those guys since then. They can't say no to me. They love this truck, man. Everybody loves it. I just can't work in the warehouse anymore, where the warehouses were. They're like, the sound is echoing off the warehouse buildings, Brian. Can't have you back. People are complaining. I thought I was just the coolest kid in the world, you know. I'm over there driving, revving the heck out of the dump truck, you know. Hey, dude, do you not know how a round works? The horsepower rating for this, I'd say it's probably about 4.25 right now. With all the trucks that I've driven, it might be 500. I doubt it though. Like it's hard to say how much horsepower it has because like when I race against other dump trucks, I always win in the first 5 or 6 gears. I will pull on anybody in this truck. It just pulls, man. It pulls on every single truck out there. You know, even loaded. Unloaded, it's even faster. Man, when that motor starts running, nothing can slow it down. I mean, it just gets up there and you guys can hear it roaring, man. So I'd say, probably 4.25 or 500 something around that, somewhere around there. But I've never had a guy who pulled up beside me and beat me off the line. Not really, at least. They may come pretty close to me, but they're really not pulling on me. I bet a 600 would probably pull on this. I never got pulled over by DOT. Well, okay, I got pulled over once. When I first bought the truck, I got pulled over by the DOT. And I was driving it down to Better Way to get the box taken off. And the license plate had been spray painted black. And he pulled me over. He's like, I'm just pulling you over because I noticed the license plate was spray painted. I want to make sure it's not stolen. And I was like, yeah, I just bought it and taking it down to the shop to get it worked on. We're going to get it all fixed up. And he's like, okay, just make sure you get everything fixed before you pull it out of there, And that was the only time that I really got pulled over by DOT. All he wanted to see was the registration and my license. He didn't want to see anything else on the truck. He asked for some other stuff, and I'm like, I don't have it. I'm just starting my business. I don't have a DOT number yet or whatever it was. I was like, I just bought this. I'm trying to get it to the shop. And he was totally cool about it. He's like, yeah, no, I just want to make sure it's not stolen. And the only other time I had to worry about a DOT officer was the time that the trailer came unhooked from the truck. I was towing a backhoe from far up north, and then somehow the pintle hitch got damaged. And I didn't think it was really damaged, but it was, because it popped out, when I was driving on the freeway, and started going like this behind me. I pulled over, and DOT showed up, and they're like, well, we have to red tag this, and until you get that pintle hitch fixed. And he did a level 1, and he put me out of service because of the pintle hitch was broke, and my airline that was going to the trailer got ripped off. So he said, you can't move it until that's done. And then, another thing that happened when that happened, he said I didn't have a CDL because they took my CDL away or something. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I have a CDL, he's like, it's showing that you don't have a medical certificate. I'm like, I got one right here in my binder, it's right here. I showed it to him, he's like, oh, well, you must not have reported that to the DOL. I'm like, I've never had to report this to the DOL. Normally they just fax it over, and I never even, I didn't even know I was supposed to call the DOL up and tell them I got a new, health certificate or whatever. That's the stupidest thing ever. Like, when you get your physical done, they should automatically just forward it to the DOL. Like, why should I have to take it to them? Why can't they just fax it or whatever, It should be in the database. you know, but government, they can't do anything, you know. So, government, man. You ever want to make something worse? Let the government take control of it, you know. Okay, let me catch up on these comments. I'm on a back road. Man, you guys write too much in those chats. I can't read them if you write 3 lines. It's gotta be like a one-liner. The cable stretched, yep. 500 horsepower is a lot back then. I'm back. 60 Series D. No, this is the 8B92 Silver. It's got a blower and a turbo on it. It's got both, the blower and the turbo. It doesn't have an intercooler though. Now the lessons back I have, so I have to find another part. Bob had a baby, it's a boy. Who's Bob? But yeah, craziness. What's today? Thursday? April 30th. Tomorrow's Friday. I have Friday off. I got to Monday I'm working. That's good. Good news. I love when I'm working. I love making that money. It's an old phone commercial. What is that? From Verizon? Can you hear me now? I don't remember the Bob one. I'm younger than you, Blake. I'm only 30. I'm turning 31 in September. I got T-Mobile phone service. Is it getting choppy again? Oh, my back. Man, my back. That's why you guys see me sitting up like this all the time, because, man. Oh, you'll send me a link to the commercial? Okay. A lot of times what I like to do is I put the armrest down and I kind of prop myself up with the armrest to take some weight off my back. Take some of the shock out of it when you're bouncing, you know. You can't take all the weight off, but you can take a little bit off. Yeah, Blake, I might have to one day. I mean, I could totally see myself, you know, because what it's doing as you're bouncing all day long, it's just compressing your spine, you know. It's compressing it. It's wearing it out, you know. So adjust this arming. Somehow it got unadjusted. I like them where they're both exactly the same level. It drives me nuts if one is just a smidge higher than the other. I can feel it, you know. Oh yeah, it rolls cold, Cameron. It rolls cold, especially when I grab like a low gear, you know. If I grab it really low, yeah, it leaves. When I go through the tunnel in Seattle, I grab the lowest gear possible, and it's so thick that nobody can even see in the tunnel. It is hilarious. Like, people are like, oh, this guy's such a D-bag. It is so funny, man. No, you ain't honking at me, dude. But, yeah, there's a tunnel in Seattle, and it's kind of really small, and it's a really long one. It's like a mile long, you know, or some crazy crap. Man, dude, it's so black. And when people are passing me, they're always looking at me like, you know, like, oh, you're killing us. Yeah, they hate me when I'm in that tunnel. They hate it. Yeah, I should film it one day. I should film the people's faces when I'm driving, when they pass me. It is so funny, man. It is just priceless. Like, I should literally have a sticker on the back of this dump truck saying Prius repellent, you know? Prius killer, you know? A little bit of oil too, a little bit, you know? But that's just the way it is with an old truck, you know? But they keep on trucking. It's not like the new trucks, you know, where something little breaks on it and it shuts the whole truck down, you know? These trucks, you know, they get worn out and they just keep on going. They're just a little looser, you know what I mean? Pretty soon I gotta change, I don't really know what they're called. I think there's some sort of torsion or something. They help keep the axles from twisting. The rubber, the bushings in those are getting kind of worn out. I'm gonna have to change those soon. And the bushings in the walking I-beams, I'm gonna have to change those soon too. But I'll probably just pay somebody. I don't know if I have the skill to do that kind of stuff. You might have to have like a special tool to take the walking I-beams apart, press the bushings in. Above my skill level. Alright guys. What's the funniest thing I seen while driving? I gotta have the passing side higher so I can lean on it. What do you mean by, oh, you do? Okay, let's roll some coal. We're rolling the coal now. Oh, yeah. Oh, somebody just got pulled over. Look at that guy, just left him in the dust. Hopefully the cop doesn't see that big cloud and be like, okay, let's do a U-turn, pull this guy over. Okay, so funniest thing I seen while driving. I don't know, I mean, I haven't really seen anything really like funny, per se. I seen a dude drive down the road with his wiener out one time though. That kind of pissed me off. You know, I was over here trying to look at seat covers, you know, and I look over and the dude's, you know, rocking out with his wiener out, you know. That was not cool. I looked at my coworker and I said, hey man, I think he likes you. He's like, what? And he all sat up and looked up like, he was pretty pissed at me for doing that to him. But I haven't really seen anything funny. I've seen a lot of accidents happen right in front of me. Tons of accidents. Like, and I've been, you know, I've kept enough distance that it never, you know, I was never involved in it. There was one time I seen this guy. This was back when I was driving a roofing truck. I was getting onto the 520 bridge, and I was getting up to speed, and the last on-ramp of the bridge, there was this guy in a little like Hyundai. It had just rained, and he was going up, and he was probably like 1,000 feet ahead of me, maybe even more than that. Maybe, well, probably around 1,000 to 500. And he was coming out. He looked in his mirror, and he seen me, and he gasped it. He fishtailed and rolled and hit one of the light posts. You guys ain't gonna believe me, but this literally happened. He fishtailed, rolled like 2 times, hit the light post, and I was literally driving past as the light post fell down. I'm not even playing. That happened when I was driving a roofing truck. That was a long time ago. And then there was another time I was driving the roofing truck, you know, and I got I had my coworker, he was sitting in the passenger seat, you know, and we're getting ready to make this left turn, right? But somebody was in the way, so I was kind of holding back. I'll never forget it. The guy was in a gold Buick. He was in a gold Buick, and he looked at me, and he knew that I was turning, and the guy did not look the other way. He looked at me, and then he's like, oh, I need to get out of the way. And so he pulled out, and boom, got T-boned. He got T-boned, man. Oh, it was so sad. The guy was like in his 60s or 70s, maybe. And he broke his neck. He got his neck broke. Man. And my coworker looked at me, he's like, how did you know not to turn? Like, how did you know that was gonna happen? And I'm like, dude, I just slowed down because he was in the way. I couldn't make the turn, you know? And I seen the other car coming, and he's like, man, I can't believe you like stepped on the brake like that and you knew that was gonna happen. It's like, I mean, I just had a feeling, you know? And, you know, God's been watching out for me, you know, since day one. You know, he's got something in store for me. More punishment, I guess. But that was insane right there. That one was insane. Like, seeing the ambulances come and them putting neck brace on the guy because his neck was broke. Oh, man, dude, that was sad. That was sad, man. He just didn't look the other way, you know. He forgot to look the other way before he pulled out. He just seen the big roofing truck and was like, oh, I'm in his way. Boom! That Jeep, man, she nailed him. She wasn't even paying attention. There's no way she was paying attention because she would have seen him kind of pulling out, you know, but she wasn't paying attention. She nailed him. She must have been looking at her, you know, her phone or makeup or, you know, looking out the window or something, who knows. She wasn't looking at him. But it wasn't really her fault. I mean, he pulled out in front of her. What have you guys seen? What kind of crazy stuff have you guys seen? If I could change one thing for being a dump truck driver, what would it be and why? If I could change one thing for being a dump truck driver, what would it be and why? Well, I'd like to make more money. I mean, I don't know if there's anything I'd change. I think one of the things that makes me want to change, I guess if I had to choose one thing, I would make people happier in the dump truck industry. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Thank you, thank you. If I could change one thing, I would make people less grumpy. You know, when I was in the fuel hauling industry, everybody was always happy. You know, I don't know if they were just high off of, you know, the fumes all the time, but nobody was ever, like, you never got yelled at or anything for stupid stuff, you know? In the dump trucking, people are always like, oh, this guy, he don't know what he's doing. You know, oh, he's such a rookie. Or, you know, they're always the first people to talk crap about somebody. Always. They're the most super truckers out there, I think. Dump truck drivers. Like, they think they know everything. Everything. I know how to do this. I'm the best there ever was, you know. They're all like that. You think you want to drive a truck? That's the same thing as traveling, Jimmy. A lot of people get out of the military and drive truck. I will say that. A lot of guys do that. But, I mean, what I would suggest is run your own business. Honestly, my suggestion is to everyone, run your own business. You'll be so much happier, man. If you can control your spending, you'll be happier, guaranteed. If you're running your own business, you'll be so much happier, man. Like, you work harder, yes. You work longer hours, yes. But guaranteed, you'll probably be happier. And if you're not happier, then you're doing something wrong. At least that is for me, at least. That's the way it is for me. How do we get a sweatshirt like you have? Yeah, that's a good question, man. I have a Teespring webpage, but I don't really know how to use the Teespring thing, so the best way to get a sweatshirt like this is to, like, message me on Facebook and send me some money. I think these sweatshirts are going for like $30 or something like that. They're expensive, man. They're expensive. I think my cost is like $28, right? So I'm not making any money on something like this. You know, and then the shipping's like $5 too. I normally cover that kind of stuff. When I'm shipping to fans, I'll normally cover the cost of the shipping. Nobody's asked me for a sweatshirt before. It's always been a t-shirt. Yeah, get your own authority, man. Get your own authority. Yeah, Blake, I should probably send you one, Blake. You gave me a $50 super chat one time. I should probably send you one. Blake's one of those. Blake's a cool guy. I like Blake. He's a smart guy. Like bouncing ideas off of him. He's not the guy that acts like he knows it all. You know? He's the perfect guy to talk to if you want solid advice. Blake, you still haven't, I don't think you sent me those pictures of you and your wife with the shirt on yet. I want to post that on YouTube or something. You like the cab overs or a 359? Let me give you advice. Go with the 359. I've never really been a cab over fan. I'm not gonna lie, I've never really been that much of a cab over fan. I mean, you're sitting on the motor and you're sitting in front of the tires. Like, if you get an accident, you're the first thing that's gone. You're the first thing that's gone in a cab over if you get in an accident. If you get a, you know, like a dump truck like this, you know, you got 6 feet in front of you that's all steel. will say, Jimmy, I have seen 1 or 2 of them that were cool looking. But only 1 or 2. Oh, did I not? She wears hers all the time. Yeah, I don't think you sent me a picture yet. I'm gonna have to send you guys some more. What the heck is this guy doing? He's over there with the pickaxe trying to open the door. That can't be legal. You guys probably trying to break into that thing. It's like a pump house for a well or something, I think. Why would somebody break into one of those? Sorry about that, guys. Internet crashed on me again. Does this all the time. So annoying. Actually, and I don't even think it's actually my internet. I think it's the YouTube app. I think that's what it is. Because it's the one that freezes up and then it tells me, you know, I can either wait or I can close the app. It's the YouTube app that does it. I don't know if it's even the internet. Might not even be T-Mobile's fault. I've been blaming them the whole time. Might be YouTube censoring people. Yep, we're almost home. You guys missed it though. It froze at the perfect timing because I was coming up on this light and it's rained here and I started sliding because, you know, the back brakes, they work better than the front brakes. The front brakes on this truck don't work at all. They're worthless. And that's another reason why I don't want to put a driver in this truck, is because I don't trust anybody as good as I do, because I think that they'll crash into somebody, you know what I mean? I don't want anybody crashing into anybody. Why does it say we're at 30 minutes? We've been on for an hour and a half. That's weird. Is that doing that to you guys too? Alright guys, I'm gonna catch you later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to pound that like button, pound that subscribe button. I gotta go talk to Blake, dump truck stuff. Alright, catch you guys later.